What if the most terrifying tales weren't on Netflix, but buried inside real police files? Picture a crime scene so bizarre that even the toughest detectives whispered, "This doesn't add up." That's the sinister power of unsolved mysteries. They twist reality, mock logic, and leave us staring into the dark, asking, what truly happened? From strangers creeping inside locked homes to chilling codes etched into history, these cases remain unforgettable. Dare to enter? These stories don't just haunt the night. They haunt your mind forever. 1. The Hinterkaifeck Farm Hauntings. What if your safe, quiet farmhouse wasn't safe at all? What if someone was already living above you, waiting? That was the nightmare of the Gruber family in Hinterkaifeck, Germany, in 1922. Strange clues piled up before the murders. Footsteps in the snow leading to the house, but none leaving. A newspaper no one bought. And unexplained footsteps echoing from the attic. Each sign whispered one terrifying possibility. An intruder was already inside. Then came the slaughter. 6 family members were brutally killed with a mattock, their bodies stacked in the barn like logs. Even more chilling, little Kazelia survived for hours after the attack, slowly dying in agony. But the story didn't end there. Smoke curled from the chimney in the following days. Livestock were fed. Food was cooked. Someone stayed, living among the dead. The prime suspect, Lawrence Schlittenbauer, tampered with evidence but walked free. The farm was later demolished, but the mystery remains. What if the killer never left? 2. The Tamim Shud Cipher. What's more chilling, stumbling upon a corpse, or a mystery so twisted it reads like spy fiction? December 1948, Somerton Beach, Australia. A man in a perfect suit washed ashore, polished shoes gleaming, but every label in his clothing carefully cut away. No ID, no wallet, no answers. The autopsy revealed no wounds, no struggle, and perhaps a poison that left no trace. Then came the bombshell. In his pocket, a tiny slip of paper. Tamim Shud. It is finished. The words traced back to a rare book of poetry, which appeared with an unsolved code scribbled inside. A hidden suitcase tied him to the mystery, and a nurse linked to the book denied knowing him, even though her son's ears looked hauntingly like his. In 2022, DNA gave him a name, Carl Webb. But the code, the motive, still unsolved. 3. Elisa Lam's Elevator Enigma. What if the last minutes of your life were caught on tape, and they made no sense at all? In 2013, Canadian student Elisa Lam checked into Los Angeles' infamous Cecil Hotel. She never checked out. Surveillance footage shows her in an elevator acting in ways that chilled millions online. She pressed multiple buttons in a frenzy, peeked out nervously, hid in the corner, and gestured as if speaking to someone invisible. Then, she simply walked out of frame. Weeks later, guests complained of foul-tasting water. The discovery? Elisa's body floating in a rooftop water tank, naked, with her clothes drifting beside her. The autopsy ruled accidental drowning, complicated by her bipolar disorder. But skeptics ask, how could she reach the tank alone? Her elevator video still spreads across the internet. Watch it once, and you'll never forget the sense that she wasn't alone in that hallway. 4. The Isdal Woman's Secret Codes. What if the person next to you at the train station wasn't a tourist, but a spy? In November 1970, hikers in Norway's Death Valley stumbled on a body. A woman burned beyond recognition, surrounded by sleeping pills and liquor bottles wiped clean of fingerprints. Her belongings? Labels ripped from clothing, prescription bottles scrubbed. When police searched her luggage, the mystery deepened. Wigs, glasses, coded notes tracking train trips, and 9 different identities she'd used to check into hotels across Europe. She spoke several languages, shifted accents, and met mysterious men along her journeys. Autopsy revealed a cocktail of barbiturates and carbon monoxide suggesting suicide or a staged murder. Forensic analysis of her teeth and jaw hinted she grew up in Germany or France. Spy theories took off. Was she caught in Cold War espionage? Was she a smuggler silenced by enemies? Half a century later, DNA offers only hints. Her mixed European-Asian background. 5. Dyatlov Pass's fatal panic. What would make 9 expert hikers rip open their tent and run barefoot into a deadly blizzard? In February 1959, 9 young adventurers set up camp on Russia's Kholat Syakhl, the Mountain of the Dead. By morning, they were gone. Rescuers found their tent slashed open from the inside, food untouched, boots and coats abandoned. The bodies told a chilling story. Some died of hypothermia, scattered in the snow. Others had horrifying injuries, crushed ribs, fractured skulls, missing eyes, and even a missing tongue. Radiation was detected on their clothes. Theories ranged from avalanches to secret military weapons to UFOs. Diaries showed no fear before the night's chaos, yet something drove them out into minus 25 degrees Celsius winds with no survival gear. Modern science suggests a slab avalanche could explain injuries and panic. But what about the glowing fireballs in the sky witnesses later reported? What about the eerie mutilations? Dyatlov Pass remains a place where nature, science, and fear collide, and no explanation feels complete. 6. The Setagaya intruder's lingering presence. What if your killer didn't just take your life, but made himself at home afterward? On December 30th, 2000, Tokyo's Miyazawa family, father Mikio, mother Yasuko, and children Nina and Rei, were brutally murdered. The killer used a sashimi knife, strangled, and stabbed his way through the quiet home. Then, he stayed. For 10 chilling hours. He raided the fridge, ate ice cream, drank tea, used their computer, and even left unflushed feces in the toilet. He treated his wounds with their first aid kit, slept on their sofa, and left in no hurry. Police found his DNA everywhere, on blood, clothes, and fingerprints. His profile revealed a mixed Asian-European heritage and traces of sand from Nevada's desert. Why did he linger? Was it arrogance, insanity, or a twisted ritual? For over 2 decades, the Setagaya case has haunted Japan as the nightmare of a killer who felt far too comfortable inside someone else's home. 7. D.B. Cooper's vanishing leap. What if the greatest heist ended not in prison, but in thin air? On November 24, 1971, a man calling himself Dan Cooper hijacked a Boeing 727 flying from Portland to Seattle. He demanded $200,000 and 4 parachutes. After releasing the passengers, he calmly ordered the crew to fly low and slow toward Mexico. Somewhere over Washington's forests, he strapped on a parachute, clutched the ransom, and leapt into the night storm. He was never seen again. Searches scoured the wilderness. No body, no parachute, only $5,800 in bills found in 1980, buried near a riverbank. Suspects emerged: a Vietnam vet, an ex-con, even a pilot. The FBI investigated hundreds, but in 2016 they closed the case, still unsolved. Recent claims suggest a hidden parachute could link to a new suspect, but nothing's proven. Did D.B. Cooper survive and blend into society, rich and forgotten? One man, one jump, one mystery that refuses to land. In conclusion, so which of these cases crawls deepest under your skin? These aren't just stories. They're unsolved puzzles frozen in police files, forever reminding us that truth is stranger and creepier than fiction. Each mystery holds a missing piece, a question mark that may never be answered. But here's the scariest thought of all. What if the answers are out there, hiding in plain sight? If you found this video useful, hit the bell icon for more hidden deep story content. Leave a comment below, and thanks for watching.